How's everybody doing here? Top of the day to you. Good morning, guys. It's 8 o'clock here in Plum Grove. I don't know what time you got. Everybody has a different time, I'm sure. You guys out west, it's early. It's early. You guys down, way down, it's a different time altogether. Good morning, Chris. Back to number one there. Suzanne, good morning. Sky, Ashley, good morning. Good morning. Rebecca, Bonnie, Sean, Jacob. Good morning, Jacob. Kate. She said I could call her Katie, or I could call her Kate. Okay, Kate, or Katie. Her dad called her Katie, so I may just call her Katie. It's going fast now. Good morning, folks. Good morning. You'll notice I'm on my new front porch. Yep. Doing a live on my front porch. First live made on this front porch. Maybe many more. And maybe off the back porch. But the back porch, I got a problem here. You folks, you city folks, may not know, but country boys, not our ladies, but country boys, have this tradition, at least once. Good morning from the Netherlands. How awesome. Awesome way over there. Awesome. This tradition to pee off the porch. It's our genetics. So, that has to be, what's that guy called on that old Brother Worth there, what he called himself? Well, that's what I am here. But Lester comes by yesterday, checking the house, talking to the guy about the ramp. We're going to get a ramp. Lester's got to take all that taken care of. Awesome. But listen, yeah, you knew it. You knew it. Goes out to my back porch and pees off my back porch. He christened it, he said. That was my job. So now I'm forced. I don't have no choice to do it off the front porch. And I said that. He said, well, Bree and there's Lou and Megan, all of them going to see you. I said, I can't help it, bud. You put me in that spot. You have put me in that spot. Now, I guess I could come at night. But I got to do it. It's got to be done at some point before he drives back over here and betrays me again. Yeah. Yeah, I got to do it. Anyway, it's a Monday morning here. I got a doctor's appointment here just shortly, but I'm going to try to stick this out with you guys. They sent me an appointment for, I got a hair somewhere. Well, yeah. They sent me an appointment at 8:40. I said, I can't do 8:45. I do a live with my people. And she said, well, the only other was 9:40. I said, do it 9:45, and as soon as this is over at 9, I'll be on my way. So I'm dressed, ready to go. Took a shower, Ronnie. I took a shower, got fresh underwear on, Ronnie. Ronnie wants to make sure I'm all dolled up when I go. Anyway, just to get my meds refilled and stuff. But anyway, they finished the house yesterday in a storm. Now, in a storm, they finished this house. And he told me yesterday morning, he said, we're going to try to finish this house today. And he had a guy underneath, a couple of guys underneath working, putting those anchors down. He was doing some stuff inside to finish up. They cut my hole from my air conditioner for me and framed it all out real nice. And, that rain come in here, it lightning like crazy, wind blowing and everything, and they kept right on working. And I told G, I says, they're not gonna finish today. They can't finish and all that, but they did. I'd told him earlier I'd hooked my trailer up to my truck. I said, my truck's out there, the keys are in it. We'll when y'all leave, we'll pick up all that wood scraps. We'll burn it. He said, no, we'd like to pick it up ourselves. He said, I'll put it in your trailer for you. He said, I'd like to take pictures of our product when we leave. I want it clean. Okay. They loaded that truck out here in a storm. I'm talking about a storm. But it is cleaned up. Uh, he left some stuff I could use on my rails and stuff. Some lumber. He said that this would be good for your rails. They don't do porch step rails, but they could. But it's not in the model, and I didn't ask them to do that, and they didn't order the lumber for that. But he has some stuff left over, and I said, no, I'll do that because I'm going to do the pipe rails. I want to do pipe rails, and nobody does that kind of stuff. Just do it yourself, and I'll get them ordered and do that. I'll frame it. I'll have a frame, but then they'll hook to the frame. Anyway, we're still talking about colors. Someone asked about what color we're going to paint it. This is a primer. He said a lot of folks leave that, and he said it's fine, but if you paint it, then that's all well and good. Kim says we're gonna paint it. Kim, we're gonna get the sheetrock, I think, and the ceilings done. Get someone to do that. There's nobody. Daniel's got a bad shoulder. Lester does too, knees and stuff and shoulders. I can't do above my head. Kim's got a bad back. I started looking at all these people, these issues, and it'd be too hard to just kind of, getting some of these guys try to come in and put that sheetrock up. So we're gonna do that. Have that done. We're gonna have that done. The walls we can probably do ourselves without a problem. Anyway, the house is great. It's put together great. They worked all day. One guy all day long inside putting down these. They call them hurricane clips, whatever you want to call them. They tie the studs at the bottom of the wall to the plate, and they're tied at the top again at the plate at the top, and it's awesome. And they got these tie downs that come all the way across your joist. They're not just right there at the edge. They come all the way across and then down into the ground. It should be well anchored. Should be well anchored, We had a storm come through yesterday. It rained, and he'd cut my hole for my air conditioner. And he'd come over and got the measurements yesterday morning. He said, I'll cut it for you and frame it out for you. And I said, well, I appreciate that. I could do it, but better for me. And I think he went out of his way to help G and I. I guess, hey, you know what? She probably brought it on when she fell out here on the ground that day in front of him. In front of them poor people. I got to help them people. They need help. He probably went on to the wife. That old lady fell out. Thank God she didn't get hurt, seriously. But anyway, he did a lot. And then when it started raining, I saw him. It was on the front porch, and it rain's coming, and I saw him put plastic over that opening and staple it in there so that rain couldn't blow it on the floors. That was neat. That was awesome. But anyway, they're gone, and he'll be back when he gets the figures on the ramp and how they're going to do it. And we'll walk through the house here in a minute. For some of you guys haven't seen it. Oh, thank you, Blue. You think blue's my color, Roddy? Blue eyes, Roddy. Roddy gets mad when somebody says something about my blue hat, my blue eyes. I love him. I want to show y'all something. Now, listen, I know Steve's not the only guy that has gardens. I know that. But I keep up with Steve's gardens pretty good. And look can y'all see that? That wagon full of corn? And that's just a portion of it. He give his neighbors in squash. He give about twice that much away to his neighbors and stuff. He's really doing good on his crop, and I think Will's gonna have a bumper crop. But he does his like for feed and stuff for his cattle. He's gonna have a bumper crop. He got several hundred acres, I think, of corn. But yeah, anyway, you guys got them gardens going. I get several pictures off and on. People have gardens and stuff, and some are small gardens, about like mine was this year. It was called a pansy garden. It wasn't, but it was called that. But Cucumbers have quit. They're done. But you know, I never made no pickles. I never made the pickles. But I did have salads with cucumbers every night. 'Cause they'd only get about so big. But they was great for salads. But we had salads every night with cucumbers. Uh, and I love cucumbers. But tomatoes have done pretty good. I've picked off probably about a dozen tomatoes so far. Very good. And that's going to be about it. I got some peppers coming. Got some peppers coming out there. Some jalapeno and some Tabasco. Okay, so how we all doing, you guys? Yeah, well, Walter is really an awesome guy, a young man, very, very polite. You know, he never was too busy to stop and talk to you and explain what he was doing and how his thing's gonna work. Uh, and you guys are so nice to him. You know, all those drinks you guys sent, those treats and stuff. They loved that. I brought that package, that box out, and I said, "Look here, these are for you guys. You know, snacks." I said, "G says I can't bring them back in the house, or she'll eat them." So I said, "What you don't eat, take them home with you. Give them to your children." And he said, "We appreciate that." And sure enough, yesterday evening they had munched on them, I guess, all day long. But when they got ready to leave, I saw them load them up. It's okay, a good deal. And but they appreciate all that stuff, guys, from you folks. And Walter was reading. He reads. He follows our channel, especially while he's on his house, and watching the comments that's come in on the house. And I appreciate all the good comments that come in. Yeah, I really did. I appreciate that because you know, you feel bad. They come up for work and they thinking you do a YouTube, but then your YouTube people that don't like her or don't like them or don't like what they do and stuff. But anyway, it was just really nice. I mean, I appreciate it. Okay, now I didn't bring my paper with me. Michelle's gonna be upset, but I'm up here on a porch and I had to put the chairs up here this morning. Now we got to have some birthdays here. I saw someone come across, Monica, I believe. I don't know who else is out there, but you know, my mind is like a computer. It's in there. Alexis, okay, there's one. So let's just kind of, Monica and Alexis, let's keep those names going here for a few minutes to make sure it's all of them. And then I'm gonna sing, and I'm hoping, if they, you know, they're close to a doctor if they need it, in case they start hurting themselves. Okay, that's what I'm gonna hope for. You know, just have the Band-Aids handy, you know. Arlene is 83. Arlene, I don't know if it's her birthday or not, but Arlene's 83. This her birthday? We may sing to her anyway. Oh, it is Arlene's birthday. Okay, Arlene, Arlene, listen. I want you to brace yourself when I sing, okay? Just brace yourself, sweetie. Hold on to the chair. If you hold on to something, you're not apt to start biting. All right. So we got Arlene, Monica, and Alexis, right? I'm always telling Alexis, stop. That's that machine in there. I found out the hard way that if you're doing, other sounds come in. So I come to the door, if I'm doing it in the house, I'll say, Alexa, stop. And then sometimes they turn the TV up and the sounds all around you. Anyway, okay, Bonnie, Ronnie Neal took something back. You know, he was talking bad. He was talking bad about me. Hey, look. Yeah, come on over. Got you a chair. She come out and said, "Hi, baby. You got a chair up on the porch." I set 2 chairs up here for her and I to come out and do our planning and stuff. Last night she's sitting there at the table with her pencil and paper, and And I was doing some comments, and she'd ask me something, and I said, "Yeah, okay, in a minute, and okay, in a minute. You need to come over here and help me with this." I said, "I know what we got to do first, baby. Just don't worry about that stuff yet." She worried way down the road, way down the road. We're not there. Okay, I guess that's our birthdays. Earlene, Monica, and Alexis, right? Is that it? Girls, hang on. All right, y'all hang on. Is that all of them? Seriously, is that all of them? I'm looking. Earlene, and Monica, Earlene, and Alexis. Okay, here we go. Did someone else have a birthday there? I was trying to catch these names. Was there an Andrew or something come across here? I don't know. I thought I saw. Yeah, Jamie's birthday was yesterday. I think we sang to Jamie on Friday, didn't we? Yes, Andrew has a birthday. Okay, Andrew. Okay, we got Andrew, Alexis, Monica, and come on. What was the other name? See, I get too many names. That's why I need that paper. That's why I need my paper. Got Andrew, Alexis, Monica, and Earlene. Okay, we're going to do it before I forget. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Andrew, Earlene, Monica, Alexis, Jamie. Happy birthday to you. Now, for anybody else, I get better as the day goes on. Yeah, I hope not. Uh, Happy birthday, guys. Seriously. Uh, 83. Uh, that's my oldest brother's 91 and still doing pretty doggone good. Uh, well, you get that age. I'm 79, got issues. He's 91 with issues, but we all still ticking along. Uh, okay. Yeah, Ronnie has a birthday, a doctor's appointment also this morning. Uh, Ronnie goes to a vet. He has to see a vet. The regular doctors won't see Ronnie. But yeah, Diane says we all have issues. Yes, we do. So you get after a certain age, they start piling up. Uh, Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Uh, Dapper PawPaw, Ronnie, see that make your doctor's appointment go better. You can get there, his blood pressure be high. Yes, they were. Why are your blood pressure so high, Mr. Neil? It's so PawPaw. PawPaw did it. You're so welcome, Arlene. You're so welcome. My pleasure. My pleasure. Oh, you can get better songs down the road, I'm sure, but still. Uh, okay. She gonna bring her flowers over here eventually. Her flowers, she already found a spot she wants to put on the end of the porch. See, my porch swing is coming with me too. But it's got to hang this way. It can't hang this way because the porch, it's only a 6-foot porch. That's an 8-foot porch over there. It would hang, but she's afraid, and I'd be afraid too. You get to going a little bit much, you'd hit the wall or the banisters, and so like Kim did hers. She got a 6-foot porch also. She hung hers sideways, and that's fine. Lester said we're gonna be like P-Pat. He said, Dad, put your chair there by that window, and you can watch everybody. I don't need to watch nobody, bud. I gotta watch myself. Sweet Cheeks. Who is Sweet Cheeks? There's a Sweet Cheeks out here this morning. There was a Honey Buns, and there was a goober cakes, and now we got sweet cheese. Uh, all right, what is Walter's business name? You know, they started out. Uh, they started out uh, building storage buildings, you know, of all sorts, all types of roofs on them, and you know, the storage buildings and such, and they evolved in time into houses. I mean, he's come from that background, but anyway, into houses. And I don't know. Uh, I'm looking real quick, see if I can. But it's called top sheds. You know, sheds, top sheds. Uh, and so they kept that name. That's the name they started out with. So even though they build houses now, they still build the sheds too, in the storage buildings of all sorts. They got all sorts. Uh, but they just kept that same name. Uh, oh yeah, let's talk about Tina and Rob for a minute. They left this morning for Maine. Uh, I think gonna be for several days. Uh, I think they wanted to go to Maine and just see the sights. You know. I was just trying to scan through here when I was talking to you, trying to find their listing, but I don't see it right off. Uh, I almost found it by accident, to be honest with you, and I'm so thankful I did. Uh, let's see. Anyway, I'll try to get that, but it's Top Sheds is the name. I didn't get a business card. I forgot to even ask for a business card. And the thing about Walter and them, you know, there's a lot of trust. They trust people, and I hope that don't come back and bite them in the butt one day, trusting people too much. You know, they come out here, no contract signed, no money up front. You know, they brought all that stuff is delivered. They built that foundation, and he got ready to leave that day. You know, and the way they do it, you know, they do the foundation, all the materials on site, and when that foundation is completely finished, that we're talking about up through the floor, then you pay half of it, and you pay the other half when it's completely finished to your approval. You know. And I got ready to pay him that day, that first, when I started paying, he said, if you're not comfortable, he said, you ain't got to pay today, you know, if you're not comfortable with what we got done. I said, no, hey, deal's a deal, you know. That's the way y'all do your business. That's the way we're going to do it. And I paid him that half. And yesterday when he completely finished, then I came over, walked through it with him and everything, and he showed me everything they did, how everything, you know, works. And I said, man, I'm more than pleased. I'm more than pleased. And I paid him, and Lester came by about that time and talked to him about the ramp and got that all worked out. So Lester wanted a full 6-foot ramp, same width as the porch. Walter in his mind was thinking about he's going to work up a thing about a 4-foot, and Lester said, no, I'd like my dad and him have a 6-foot. So that's what he's going to do. And I'm guessing the next day or two, he'll get back with us on all that stuff, you know, when they get started and all that. So, but they're busy people. They've got 2 crews, I think. They keep, I think the way they do it, I may be wrong, the way I kind of understood it to be, because different days he had different guys with him, but they all worked for the same outfit, same group. But they send them, if they they had other projects going at the same time, so they sent who's really skilled in certain things to certain projects. And it was amazing. They would drive up, and I'm sure they talked about the job on the way up here. I'm guessing they did. We used to when I worked down the house. We talked about the job on our way to work. But they got out of that truck, and each one went in a different direction with what the tools he needed and started doing his thing. And they'd chat. You hear them laughing and talking and stuff at different times, and they'd take breaks together, had their lunches together, and but as far as Walter having to come around and point this, he didn't have to do that at all. Just they did their thing. So he has a good crew, good crews, I should say crews. Anyway, we're really happy with it. G's now she's chomping at the bits. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Well, it takes time. It takes time. Yeah, Lester's taking care of that ramp. He sure is. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, he does take care of us, Anna. He does. He looks out for us. He come by with Lex. Lex is with back from his trip, and he's with Lester this week. And Lex is happy, and little old Kippy, little old Kippy. Lex walked in, Kippy sitting beside me. All of a sudden, he didn't know who I was. He was gone with Lex, and he stuck right by that boy's side the whole time they're here visiting. They come over to the house, and Lex was excited to see the house and walked through it. He went out. I love his back porch. Okay, you can sleep on it, but yeah, I love this back porch. But that Kippy never left his side, and they got ready to leave. Kippy took off the truck with him, and he's too fat to hop up in that truck. Let's just pick him up, put him in there. And I was talking to Ronnie last night. Ronnie said, Kippy's gonna go everywhere they go. I said, yeah, they can't lose him. Boys, no sir, we're not gonna do it every day. I get plenty of rest, guys. When I go to sleep, I sleep good, except when Buster. I'll tell you about Buster. I don't know about Buster. He's bona fide. I know that. He's a bona fide dog. Woody wants to sleep up here, right here. Okay, and I'll make room for that. Okay, that's no problem. Buster wants to be down by my side, but now if Buster gets cold during the night, evidently Woody don't get cold, except he just gets closer. Buster comes up here and wants to get under the cover. Okay, that's fine. Boys, get there, dog. Get. That little black dog comes over and he lures them, and the big dogs are all waiting over in the shadows. They waiting for the little black dog to lure him over there. Anyway, he goes under the cover. Then he wants to stand up and walk around under the cover, and the cover just it's going everywhere. And finally, he flops down, and that time he's pulled the cover kind of with him, and he flops down on top of it, and I got to pull it out from under him. So that's where I'm losing my rest with Buster. He's awesome. He's an awesome little guy. So let's get back to you guys. Anything going on with you guys here? I want to welcome all the new folks here. We get new people every week, every day, and I want to thank you for coming on. I think you'll enjoy it. You're not going to learn much from me, but you can learn a lot of stuff from these folks, and these are good people. You're not going to meet people anywhere else like you meet on this channel. They're good people. You want to chat, just go ahead and start chatting. Just go ahead and start chatting. Ronnie's got some issues this morning. He's hurting, so let's do pray for Ronnie. Okay, Ronnie, we love you, buddy. I hope you get the doctor and they get something worked out. Okay. Ronnie took some steroids pills, for stuff, and he couldn't sleep. He was up all one night, and So naturally, I'm gonna practice my medicine on him. But he wouldn't listen to what I told him he needed to do. But anyway, yeah, we're praying for you, buddy. Uh, Tell him where your pain is, Ronnie. See, Cuz and I could do surgery on Ronnie and fix him. I think. I think. And if he didn't trust us, we get Jimmy to help us. He knows Jimmy. Jimmy, we take care of it. Uh, Ronnie, what, Ronnie? And I know he is in pain. I know he is. Part of Ronnie broke some ribs, and that's part of what he gets pain from, I think. But yeah, he did. He broke some ribs, and that to me they didn't heal right. I broke ribs one time, and it's horrible, but mine did heal up. But we love you, Ronnie. Seriously. Well, you know I do. Uh, Broken ribs are tough because then almost every time you breathe, if it broke all the way through like his, it's like this. Or if you sneeze, oh Lord. And see, I start sneezing, I can't quit. If I started sneezing right now, I'd just shut this off. We pulled in at Jack in the Box, I think it's Jack in the Box, McDonald's, wherever, once. And just about the time she asked me what I needed, what I ordered, I started sneezing. Luckily, G was with me, so G leans over, and and she has to lean over and tell the lady what we wanted. In a few minutes, it was gone. Uh, Anna Marie, yeah, they're tough. You break a rib, you crack one. Anyway, and he may have some other issues too. I'm not going to go into all what he may be experiencing right now. But he is a good guy. But I love picking on him. But I'm gonna tell y'all what. Y'all say, well, PawPaw, don't pick on him. He picks on me. I sometimes get messages from him in the mornings instead of a good morning. It's it's not that. And then the next thing you know, good morning, buddy. So I didn't know, like a boxer, which way to, had to dodge it. Uh, Thank you, sweetie. We love this house, and we'll walk in here in a little bit. I'll kind of walk you through some of the stuff they do. Uh, we my deal this morning. I was telling G last night because she starts talking about stuff down the road. Baby, there's a lot to do before we get there. Well, what? What? It's like she don't understand. Uh, the first thing I want to do, I want to put these handrails on these steps because it's awkward not having them. It's scary. Now Lester and Tina and all of them just Dan, all of us up and down. But to G and I, you get a little older, your balance is not as good anymore, and we'd like to have that security. But we also want the pipe rails they hook to the walls. Uh, Amazon's got them. I've got it measured. I think I need to get 6 or 7 footers. I'll recheck before I order them, and I put them together, and they mount to the framework you put on the steps going down. It'd be like a rail, but then they'll mount to that, and that's what you actually hold on to. You get a better grip than just on a 2x4 or something on the top. A lot better grip. And I want to do that first. Dan says we need to put down that second layer of our floor before we go any further on anything. Uh, he said he run into that on his cabin. They already had a lot of stuff done, and next thing you know, they're bringing that stuff in, it's tearing the insulation. They was hitting the electrical boxes and everything else. You just do all that flooring, get that flooring out of the way. And that's fine, we can do that too. I know how many sheets I need. We'll put down another layer of plywood and just get everybody when they're gonna be available to do it. I'll get it ordered and have it delivered, put the floor down, probably put it down in one day real easy with the crew I got. I don't have Walter's crew. I got this crew. But I got a good crew, they are. They all got talents in their own ways. Uh, uh, your brain will let you do stairs. Well, stairs are okay. You got to get up. You got to go up somehow. Go up somehow. Uh, but yeah, it'll work out good. And then the floor. Then I come on back in and Buddy and them, we doing whatever they want to do on the plumbing and stuff, getting that kind of laid out. I can be doing the wiring. We'll put that air conditioner in one day this week, get it in the hole, and I can, once I start wiring, that'll be one of the first things I wire up, because we can have air, cool air in there when we work it. Even though the house, we haven't seen it hot yet, really hot on this house. I got so many shades here, but in the afternoon, in the house it's been cool, but we had these storms, so who knows what it's going to be like on a really hot, sunny day, and we don't have these storms blowing through, But we need the air conditioner going. Uh, uh, Thank you there, Amy. Bye, Jessica. Have a good day, sweetie. Yes, sir. There's Vera there. Prayers for Jessica. Uh, yeah, they make wooden ones. I don't know how long they'd last in the weather like that. I know the pipe ones. I've seen them several different places. They're nice. They're painted black and they're good. Get a good grip on them. And they blend in with everything. Uh, like I say, they're still talking about the colors they want to do. No, the plywood will be fine. We'll get be sanded on the top and the side that's up. It'll be going down, and then I think G&M have decided on linoleum. They're going to put down linoleum in every room or throughout the house, and not try to worry about, the varnishing and all that stuff she was talking about first. And it'll all work out good. You gotta go to the doctor. Okay, have a good day, sweetie. Martine, Jessica, and Ronnie. Yeah, for any of you, just talk to you new folks. Uh, uh, no, they're not gonna burn my hand. They're not gonna burn. Uh, There goes Ronnie about my desk. Ronnie, my desk is coming in my house. It's coming in here. It's already been planned. It's in the plans now. Uh, the painting is yet to be decided. Walter did say he would recommend getting some good, this is treated wood, but he said if you want to try to keep the good colors and stuff, go ahead and stain it, and get some water treatment like Thompson's water seal or something like that on it. And he said you can keep it, looking good like it is right now. Because, wood, even though it's for outdoor use, it's treated and all that, and it's sanded, it's smooth, it's still in time we get, start to show some wear and tear. So we'll do that to the porch. we're going to be careful with moving. We got a bunch of these. We got big people to move, pick stuff up. We'll try to get some best linoleum we can, and we've got sliders to go with the furniture if we need to move stuff around. Okay, we're going to be careful. You're right. You can tear it. Sure can. Uh, Vinyl planks, yeah, we could do that. I don't know if they've even considered that. At the same time, you got to consider now, guys. Everything has a dollar sign on it, and if money's no object, then but money's the object, but we've got a plan, and we go with our plans, and they work out. They'll always work out. If you have a plan, you stick with it. It'll do. It'll work out. Uh, yeah, that's what the little sliders are, Elizabeth. They slide across the floor. You go underneath the legs of the furniture. Yeah, and we were sent those. I think Dorothy sent a bunch of them. Uh, anyway, back to you new people. We get off track here. If you're new, you're welcome. And these folks here will welcome you on board with us. If you got anything you'd like to say, just put it out there. Uh, they'll just chat right in with you. And so many have made friends through this channel that even when we're not on, they're communicating, texts, phone calls, and everything else because they made you friends. And I think that's awesome. Uh, that you can meet people like that and then connect to them. And like I did with Ronnie, Oh Lord, yeah. Well, maybe that's not a good example. Maybe that's not the best example, but no, Ronnie and Steve and all these folks, you meet some good people out there, and you got a lot in common with them, and but yeah, and you need prayer. These folks here, there's some prayer warriors on here. I'll pray for you. Uh, and I always bring up my boy Ivan. For you new folks don't know Ivan. Ivan's a donkey. You don't know he's a donkey. I raised Ivan from a day or two old. And a whole story about Ivan, but Ivan's a donkey. Ivan got tetanus. And the vet said, you get tetanus, they don't make it. There's a real low percentage could ever survive tetanus. And so all these folks started praying. And then one lady, I don't know if she's still with us or not. I don't remember her name, but she's so sweet. But there's everybody praying for Ivan. Good Lord heard them prayers too. But she goes to her church. Now, they may have had her committed. I don't know after this. She gets up in church. When they take a prayer request. It says she wanted the church to pray for Ivan, the donkey. And nobody laughed. They prayed for her. Right there in that church. They prayed for Ivan. Ivan got well. And nobody would ever be happier than me. I almost cry myself to sleep at night with Ivan. I worked with him all day long. He'd get down. He was so stiff he couldn't get up. You had to help him up. And I had better legs then. It's probably what's wrong with my knees now. Ivan. I'm gonna blame it on Ivan. But finally, after about 2 weeks of that, he was able to eat and drink. He couldn't eat. I had to just put food in his mouth, just shove it in his mouth. He finally swallowed a bit, but and drink, he couldn't open up. It's like lockjaw, what they call lockjaw. He just suck a little bit of water. He couldn't open his mouth or anything. But yeah, he got better. And now he's just a pain in the butt. But he's my boy. Kind of like Lester and Dan. He's one of them. I'm 3 boys. Yeah, I think Buster's probably him and Woody gonna be about the same. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, they will pray for you. I guarantee you. No matter what your problem is or what you may think is silly or whatever, it ain't. It ain't. If it's on your mind, it's not silly. It's not silly. Okay. I did massage him, and the lady sent me a massager for Ivan, and I'd get out there and I'd just massage that little boy, and I'd rub his muscles and just do all kinds of stuff to him, and it all helped. It all helped. Uh, yeah, that was. I've got some good gifts in my life, and Ivan was one of them. I mean, one of the. Yeah, I've got some great gifts in my life, but I mean, Ivan, was one of the special ones. Lester and Jamie, L.E. brought him over here because Ivy couldn't take care of him. She wasn't giving no milk, and they couldn't get him to drink, and I couldn't either the first day. So worried he wouldn't take a bottle. I couldn't force it down him. And I was reading that night on Googling. You're trying to Google information about donkeys. Never raised a donkey. And and I guess you can't believe everything you read, but I believe that one because I know it's true now. It says sometimes donkeys won't take a bottle, but they drink out of a bucket. So the next morning I poured his milk in a bucket, warm milk, stuck it up to him. He sucked it right up. That's the way he'd been ever since. Uh, Ivan's got his phone out there. I've talked to him about making phone calls. He calls people and tells them what he wants. Spring, send vanilla wafers. Send this, send that. So he's got his phone in his little stall out there. He sure does. It's hanging on the wall. Stop it! Woody, Buster. Sorry, folks. Jake's dogs, which they got a right to do it. It's not they're not trespassing. They come out all out through the yards, walking around. And these two little guys have been beat up by them, and they want to go bark at them. And if they're not careful, they'll get beat up again. Yeah, check out Lumber Liquidate. Yeah, we check it around. We compare prices to different places, guys. We don't just go to one place and say, okay, we want this, this, this. We and G and Kim even go on the marketplace, and they're finding they found a vanity that a gentleman had bought at Home Depot, had the receipts and everything, still had some of the wrapper on it. He got home. I don't understand why he didn't take it back, but he didn't. It wouldn't fit. His door would open in the bathroom when they sit it inside the bathroom. I guess he didn't take good measurements. And he offered it for half price. And they went and got it. So and his funny thing is, I told her, I said, y'all got to stop buying stuff, and bring it home and nowhere to put it. We can't put it in the house or yet and try to work around it. So everything is just being stacked inside the door. You go in my house, it's like you at a resale shop. You got to go around stuff. But it's a beautiful vanity. It's gonna be nice. But so they shopping for stuff like that. Ronnie says all they do is go off and buy three-legged entails. Three-legged. So far, Ronnie, they've all had four legs on them. It may have been something they couldn't return. Maybe so. I don't know. There's no damages to it at all. Yeah, I leave here. My doctor's appointment is at 9:45. I can be there in 30 minutes easy. So as soon as I cut off here at 9, I'll go tell my wife goodbye, and if she's lucky, I may give her a kiss. If she's lucky, and then I'll be gone. And then, like I say, when I get back, at some point today, I will go to town and get the stuff for my railings, my rails, our banister, whatever you want to call it, going down on the steps. And tomorrow morning, probably get up and start putting them on. So I'll have everything here. I have to order pipe, the one that has the pipe I want to use. And I've decided that's what I want to use. Wood, we have wood in our rails going upstairs in the house. Uh, Very good and solid, but I wouldn't want to put them outdoors. I guess they probably make some that you could put outdoors. I guess you'd be traded or whatever, but I don't know. Uh, and I get to the store and I see some, I might change my mind. You don't ever know. I might. Uh, Hello, Reva. I passed everything out, Reva. Reva sends stuff to folks, and she sends it to everybody, but she all sends to me. It's my job then to pass it out. Sometimes that's not an easy job because everybody don't show up the same day to get stuff. Uh, hey, I got this for you. Okay, I'll be over Sunday. I'll be over there. Then they come over and I'll forget or they'll forget. But everything's done now. Happy birthday, Amy. Joy. Okay, Connie. uh, uh, Bandit, you don't need to feel sorry for Bandit. Bandit is like this with G. Uh, he gets in her lap every time she sits down, and she'll love on him. Bandit's kind of he's the oldest of all the dogs, and you know he's kind of old. They say sometimes older folks get grouchy. Nah, but they'll get to playing, and like last night, they got to going so crazy in the house. You know that little Tiki dog and Buster and Verdi and Woody got involved. And Kippy would have been, but he was gone. But they were back and forth through the house, running, chasing each other, and barking. And Bandit tolerated it for a while. He's laying up beside G in her lap, and finally he hops on the floor. And it was over. It was over. Everybody kind of went on their way. Yeah. He sets the pace to them. If he don't like it, they can't do it. But it's tough. It's tough with 6 dogs. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it truly is. But I ain't gonna get rid of none of them. I mean, they're all part of the family now. You know, you bring one in, and it starts to be your law. It becomes part of your family. You can't say, "Well, I'll just give that one away." Who would I give away? The only one that would be happy to go, and that would only be if he could go with Lex, would be Kippy. But I don't want Kippy to go to Houston, you know, to Lex's house because they live in town. Lex would be at school all day. He'd be at sports in the evenings. If Kippy got lonely or something or got outside, he wouldn't know where to go. You know, he'd get up, run over on the streets. You know, he'd never know. But yeah, Kippy belongs to Lex. That's Lex's dog. And if Lex just decided I got to have Kippy, and his mom said it was okay, that'd be okay. That'd be Lex's choice. But I think Lex is fine with him being here, and Kippy loves it here, and just loves Lex more, just more. Woody drives. Woody, y'all want to say good morning? Buster, you want to say good morning? Come here. Yeah, okay. Don't hit the camera. Here's Buster. I know. I don't want all them kisses, okay? I'll kiss you. Okay. Up there. Woody's turn. Come here, Woody dog. Tell him good morning. What are y'all wet? You're wet. Now I gotta go to the doctor in a minute. Oh. I'll go in. She said, "Mr. Moore, you smell like a dog." All right. It is what it is, ma'am. Yeah, it's a woman doctor. I have a man doctor. There's 2 of them there, a man and a woman. It's whichever one's available is who I see. It don't matter to me I'll just say, I just need my meds refilled, lady. Then she'll, oh, they got to listen to your heart, check your blood pressure. You got to make it look good. Oh, we got to check your blood pressure and weigh you. We got to weigh you. My gout, I'm going to tell you something. I can't remember that medicine I'm taking. Since I've been taking that medicine that Rob, that this doctor, they sent Rob to, and I can't remember what, he was a specialist, but I can't remember what he was. Something to do with your feet or your nerves or whatever. I don't know. Not nerves, I guess. Anyway, put him on this medicine because Rob had gout all the time. Tina's husband, constantly, and and they put him on that, and he hadn't had it since. So I told my doctor about it, and he said, "Well, we can try that if you'd like." And I said, "Yeah, I'd like to try it. It works for him." I should have told him that, but I did. But anyway, that's fine. But I got, and I haven't had it flare up at all since. Uh, Sometimes my foot gets a little puffy, you know. But as far as coming full blast, it hasn't. Yeah, that's it right there, Brenda. That's it. That's what it's called. I can't say it. I can't say it. Uh, that's what it's called. Uh, yeah, that's what it is, and it's worked. It has worked on the gout so far. I've been taking now. I got a 3 month supply, and I hadn't had no problems in 3 months since I've been taking it. Uh, Gout is no fun. I worked with a man at school that had gout pretty often, uh, and sometimes in his heel. And I've had it in my heel before. Most time it gets in your big toe. And either way, you can't. If it's in your big toe, you can kind of walk on your heel. Kind of walk without no pressure on it. But when it's in your heel, it's just hard to. You can't tiptoe everywhere you go. Uh, all right, guys, it's 57 minutes, and we only got a couple more minutes. So I'm going to take the camera, Lester taught me how, and turn it around, and we're going to walk through the house, okay? Walk through the house. Okay, here we go. Let me turn it around here. All right, there's my view from the porch. Y'all can see all out there. Okay, that's, I'll get this camera turned up here better. Hang on. I'm shaking you up. I'm sorry. I'm trying to put the tripod back down. Okay. Now, that's our view from the front porch, and this here will be moved as soon as possible. All right. Come on, boys. You want to go in? All right. This is the big room. Our kitchen will be against that end wall. Okay, that's going to be the kitchen. And there may be a refrigerator on one side or the other, I think, but whatever. And our dining table, and we don't do a lot of, we don't need a big kitchen. Our dining table will be about right here. Right here. And from this point over, will be our living area. And it's almost as big as what we have now. Almost, not quite, but almost. Okay? This in here is going to be the bathroom. If you look at all those what they call hurricane clips up there. The studs are tied to the plates are tied to the rafters. And down here, the studs are tied to the bottom plates. Okay? And they're all the way around throughout the house. And we had to install those. We built houses up down on the beach when I used to build houses because of the hurricanes and stuff. They called hurricane clips, what they called them down there. And anyway, this is the bathroom. This here is the laundry room. Kids cannot do nothing without playing. This is the laundry room. There'll be a washer and dryer in here. There'll be a big closet on that end. And I think our freezer will go right here, I think. Back porch. And I'll put rails on these here too. And this end here will take down. He'll take that down. He'll go ahead and put it there until he can get back and do the ramp because somebody may walk off this end. And the ramp will start here. It'll go down to that corner, and there'll be, my understanding, a platform such similar to this here at the corner, like a level. It'll level off on it, and then there'll be another ramp going from it along the front down toward the front of the house along that wall. Be next to the wall all the way down. And these guys do good work, guys. I tell you, solid as it can be. Anyway, this is the now the bedrooms are small, but like she said, you know, we go in, we have our beds, we go to bed. We don't watch TV in the bedrooms. We don't do all that kind of stuff. This is Lex's bedroom when he's here. And when he's not here, if Ben spends the night, Ben will have this room. When Lex is here, Ben goes to the camper or home. And this is the little girls. It's just going to be like, well, you know, we fixed them to be one baby here because eventually little Coda Bear will be going off to school. And all we're going to have is just a baby. This just kind of be like a little bed and just a play area for the kids. And this is our little room. It's not big, but it's big enough for us. Big enough for us. And my desk, the latest, is going to be right here. Right here, Ronnie. Right on this wall, right here. Right this nook. My desk. And that's the air conditioner hole he cut. He got that plastic over right now. But if you look up, if you know a lot about framing, it's well framed out. These are 2 bays, very strong on their own. Because then they're all tied into the ceiling also and off to these walls. And over this doorway, look at that big upper plate up there. It's well built, guy. I'm gonna tell you what, this guy, they know how to build houses. Anyway, that's the house, and I'm going to get out here and close the door and go back and tell G I got to go. And I love you guys. I hope y'all have enjoyed this morning. Anyway, I'll show you one more thing, and then I'm going to cut it off, okay? That ramp will come down the side over here. I don't know exactly how far it'll come. It'll be a good, easy slope. It'll come from that corner back there, and it'll come down in somewhere through this area right in here, okay? Close to the front. Okay, that's it, guys. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you guys later. Y'all have a great day. Glad you're here. If you're new, I'm glad you're here with us. I hope you're back on Wednesday, and I have a video every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, and a live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So come on back and make yourself at home with us, okay? Join in. We love you guys. Y'all take care.